Are you someone that struggles with boring, platonic, logical conversation that leads nowhere? If so, I'm gonna show you guys the easiest steps needed to transition from boring, logical conversation all the way to getting into a man-to-woman interaction, what that progression looks like, and more importantly, the applicable techniques and lines you need to be doing to make that transition. This was something I've struggled with for years before I actually got this down pat, okay? I used to be that nice guy that would have conversations that would fizzle out, they wouldn't become I would get a bunch of nice to meet yous, and there's nothing more frustrating than that when you can finally go up and start talking to the girls. They're engaging, they're responding, but you're not sparking the right attraction and emotion that you need to get to a point where it is man to woman. The biggest problem I see a lot of guys doing is that they either keep it on a very boring logical level, or they try to just inject some direct style intent into the conversation. You're either the nice guy that's completely afraid to display intent, it's nerve-wracking to you and you just don't know how to do it, and I'll show you how to overcome that in this video, watch this in full. Or you're the guy that just goes in, you start conversation, but then you're just too blunt, you're too direct, and you either give all your power away, or you're in this kind of situation, what we like to call is like blow me or blow me out. The girl's like either about it right away or she's not. And from my experience, most women are not going to be about that because they're not just turned on physically like how men are. Yes, physical attraction is a thing with women. They can look at you and determine whether or not they are somewhat attracted. But from my experience, physical attraction is nothing more than intrigue from a girl's position. If she finds a guy attractive, she's intrigued to go and talk to him, and you still need to run the conversation well to get that girl. In either situation, you're probably not getting the girls you really want because you're just too boring and logical, you're not getting any women. If you're blunt and direct, you're only getting the girls that are already super into you and were already attracted to you before you even started talking. So I don't like either one of those approaches. And for that reason, let's talk about the right things to do and how you can overcome some of these struggles. The biggest problem that I was doing wrong when I was going up and I was talking to girls, initially, I didn't even have the balls to say, I'm attracted to you, or I think you're cute, or I like your hair. I couldn't even do that. If you're at that level, well then the first thing you need to do is actually start baby stepping your way into displaying more intent. You need to understand that displaying intent is completely normal. It's something you need to do as a man if you actually want to get the woman, if you want to make the interaction man to woman. There needs to be some level of intent at some point, and the only way to get there is to be able to deliver intent from a confident place. If you can't do it at all, you're not gonna be able to just go in and do it from a confident place, which is why I said we need to start practicing that to get desensitized to it. The way you're gonna become confident in that situation is by going through it more and more times. So right away, the first time you do it, yeah, it's gonna be nerve-wracking, and I recommend you do it in baby steps. So you're not just gonna go up to the first girl you see and just say, oh my God, I thought you were so attractive. I think you're so sexy. I was wondering if I could take you out on a date. If you're the guy that has intent anxiety, that is a nerve-wracking, traumatic experience. And even if you were to try to do that, you're gonna panic and run away and be terrified to do that again. Okay, that's like if you're afraid of heights and you just go from jumping off of a 1-foot cliff to trying to jump off the 50-foot cliff. You may jump off, but it would be a traumatic experience. You're not gonna be freed from that. The way to build up the confidence is incrementally through desensitization, progressive desensitization. So what I want you to do is instead of going from jumping off of no cliff to a 50-foot extremely terrifying cliff, we're gonna do a 5-foot cliff, then a 10-foot cliff, then a 15-foot cliff, and then a 20-foot cliff. And as you start building your way up, it no longer becomes that terrifying of a process because the progression is very small increments, and you'll actually build up your core confidence on the way up. So what I tell guys to do is initially what you could do the first couple times, you just want to sprinkle in the word cute. If you can just sprinkle in the word cute, it makes things a lot easier. You don't need to ask the girl out. You don't need to do all this stuff. You could literally just tell the girl, honestly, I thought you looked really cute, by the way. I just wanted to tell you that. Have a good day. Take care. If you're in conversation, some of you guys may just ask for directions, start talking to the girl and say, anyway, I'm gonna get going. I just wanted to say you look really cute, by the way. Take care. You can literally leave right after that sentence, but at least you said it and you gave yourself the evidence it's okay to say it. That is like jumping off that 5-foot cliff. For some of you guys, that's not a big deal and you're like, dude, that's like really easy. Okay, if that's easy, then I recommend saying it and not leaving the interaction. At some point in the interaction, you could say something like, oh, honestly, you look really cute, by the way. But like I was just saying, I just noticed that, blah, 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 blah. And you can keep talking. You just sprinkle in that little tiny line. For some of you guys, that even may be challenging. So another easy thing you could do to bridge the gap is instead of just going right into intent, you want to focus on teasing before displaying intent. So instead of going from boring logical talk to intent, I think a nice half step in between is teasing. And this is a crucial step. I actually spend a whole module inside of my program going in depth on teasing, mastering the art of teasing, and going over applicable techniques. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys one or two in this little video right here. And for those of you that actually wanna learn more about these concepts, I do have a mentorship program in place. The link's in the description. You can fill out an application right down below. Okay, I'll talk more about that at the end of the video, but if you guys do want live coaching one-to-one, click that link. Okay, but aside from that, let's talk about teasing and why this is such a crucial step. The reason most dudes don't do it, I think it's just like, it's not something that's commonly taught in this industry, but also if you don't do it, it makes the progression from platonic logical to man to woman a very big step. And when something is a big jump, you're gonna be very likely to not do it or be afraid to do it. So I like teasing because there's a nice happy medium that you could start to get comfortable with. And then once you're here, I'll even show you how you could baby step teasing into flirting in a very subtle way too. Okay, so let's talk about teasing. Instead of pedestalizing the girl or complimenting the girl, what we're actually gonna do with teasing is be pushing the girl away. We're gonna be telling her either a reason it doesn't work, or at the very least, we're gonna give her some kind of negative emotional spike. Now, you don't need to be a dickhead or an asshole and say like mean things to the girl to start teasing her, but I think she needs to experience some kind of negative emotion. Even if it's a small little bit, it's automatically going to make the interaction a little bit more polarizing and not so pedestalizing, walking on eggshells, praising the girl, which is what a lot of you guys are doing. If you have intent anxiety, you're probably afraid to give the girl any negative emotion, and you're used to just complimenting or pedestalizing, or maybe not even doing that because you're afraid of doing that. So the first step I think you guys could be doing in the teasing side of things is just sprinkling in the tiniest bit of negative emotional spike. And that would look something like a playful disagree. You wanna playfully disagree with the girl in the set. And the reason this is powerful is because, again, most nice guys are just in agreement with everything that the girl says. They're either like supplementing to the girl or just like praising the girl or pedestalizing the girl. It's nothing but positive emotions. All right, if this is positive and this is negative down here, nice guys only are up here. I want you to start practicing giving the girl small negative spikes because it's gonna separate you from every other dude that she talks to. And that way, when there is a little bit of negative, to actually sprinkle in the positive, which would be intent, it's not that big of a step, and it actually makes the net around 0. Okay, so instead of pedestalizing or instead of being a dickhead, I like a combination of both because that's what's ultimately going to get you a positive result. And it's gonna be an easy step for those of you guys that actually can't just display intent. And also keep in mind, when it comes to teasing, there's a vibe behind teasing. Most dudes, they don't have the vibe to deliver powerful man to woman intent. So for them to go from logical to powerful man to woman, they can't do it. If you guys can start getting in the habit of teasing and getting that playful fun vibe, to go from there to a little bit of push-pull is a very nice transition, and I think you'll actually be able to execute on that. So with that being said, I would like you guys to playfully disagree with the girl. What? No way. Or some of you guys that are a little bit more ballsy, you could even add in like an F-bomb, honestly. What? Fuck no. No fucking way. Are you fucking serious? No way. That's a good small little negative emotional spike. It's not even really teasing the girl, it's just disagreeing, which is the first step towards teasing, is giving the girl some negative spike, giving her a little bit of a push. The last piece that I want to talk about is the idea of push pulling, and I've talked about push pulling before. You guys know what that is, but when you start to tease the girl first, right, on the fact that she's either like cocky, like what, wow, or what, ew, oh my god, that was so cocky, or no way, I don't even believe you, that's bullshit, you're a liar, or you're a bad influence, or oh my god, you're trouble, yo, you gotta get away. Any one of these is a little bit of a tease. Whatever you're teasing the girl on, you could take that adjective or that concept and you turn that into the push-pull. And that's when you would just sprinkle in the, you're cute, but blank. You're cute, but I feel like you're low-key trouble. I feel like you're low-key a brat. I feel like you might be a bad influence. I feel like, I don't know, I can't trust Latinas. Whatever you were already teasing the girl about, you go from platonic logical, get to know you talk, then to a disagree or a tease about something. Once the combo is going well, you could sprinkle in the, you're cute, but, say you're cute, but that was so cocky, oh my god, I can't, right? That's a easy transition to baby step your way into displaying more intent. The problem that you guys do is that you'll just get into boring conversations, small talk, question, answer, question, answer. You never tease the girl and you never display intent because that's a big jump for a lot of you dudes. So I'm telling you, take that step, start teasing the girl, and then from there, you can take the teases and turn those into push-pulls. And that's what's gonna give yourself permission to make that easy progression. And over time, you'll actually get comfortable doing that. Once you get comfortable doing that, you'll have confidence around that situation. And at some point, you'll actually be able to just look at the girl with confidence and certainty because you've gone through this process and you can confidently display intent. That's an easy progression that most of you nice guys that struggle with this kind of stuff can start implementing to start getting a real result, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in learning more about these concepts, if you wanna work with me personally, I just showed you very quickly in a quick 10-minute video some brief overviews of concepts, but if you actually wanna work with me directly, I can analyze your communication, your dating life, your interactions. I'll break it all down. I'll show you exactly where you're struggling and I'll help you with these concepts step by step, week by week to help you get the results you're looking for. I can help you with that, okay? I have a coaching program in place. I've helped hundreds, if not thousands of men already achieve the results you want. So there's no reason you can't be the next one in this, all right? Click the link in the description, fill out that quick application. You pick out a day and a time for a free consultation call so we could evaluate where you're at and discuss what it would look like to actually get that dating life that you want, okay? Great way to start out the new year. 2023 is here, guys. Click the link in the description, fill out that application right now. I'll talk to you soon. Coach Kyle, signing out. Peace out.